Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you're tuning in to watch this very exciting recording. My name is Justin Halliday, and I wanted to take a brief moment and just set up exactly what you're about to see. This is the first recording of a webinar series we just launched called The New Social Movement with CFX, where we plan and intend to bring this amazing project and company into the lives and living room of thousands of people around the world who, quite frankly, have been affected by this situation where many of you are seeking out second and third streams of income. Or perhaps your family was affected in a way where you just need a new stream of income. You're going to see in the next 30 to 45 minutes a company that has executed with near perfection for 9 months. You're going to hear from a gentleman in the UK who has had tremendous success since he began 8 months ago. You're going to hear from our marketing director. You're going to hear from our chief technology partner, Mr. Ron Pope at the Conversion Pros, who's also the person responsible for introducing me to this company and his background and experience and success, whose company is handling our technology and a lot of the infrastructure. You're going to hear from one of our licensed and heavily regulated brokers, and you're going to hear from our amazing CEO, somebody who I have come to really know on a whole nother level and trust and love over the last 9 months. A company that really is something different and something new. A level of transparency and integrity that many of you are not used to seeing. And so we understand here at CFX that trust is earned and not given. And so it is my hope that this first look for you is where you begin to build trust in what we're doing. Then it's my recommendation that you get back to whoever shared this with you and you get started right away. Without any further hesitation, I hope you love what you see. Here we go.
Thank you, everyone, for your patience, and thank you very much for your enthusiasm. We knew that this room would fill up. We didn't think it would fill up 45 minutes before presentation time. So, Richard, please be my guest, and let's kick things off for this very special inaugural event.
Right. Good evening. Good morning, everyone, from wherever you are around the world, and welcome to this very, very special call this evening. It gives me great pleasure to introduce it. My name is Richard Maud. I've been with the company now for 8 months. Incredibly excited with what's happening. We've got some fantastic stuff to be covering with you this evening. We're going to be covering the CFX social movement, so that will be explained. CFX Academy and training products. Okay. Broker partner interview, celebrating member success, profiting from the CFX rewards plan. And there's also going to be some very special announcements by our CEO, Huáscar López. So without further ado, we've got a lot to cover. So let me introduce the first speaker this evening. Many of you know Justin Halliday. He's a very special individual. I've had the pleasure of working with him for the last 6 months, and I've known a lot of leaders over the years in this industry, and he is one special individual. He's such a professional. I mean, I've never known someone that's on it like he is all the time. He's flat out, he's traveling around the world, and he is achieving some incredible success with CashFX. So without further ado, let me pass you over to Justin.
Hey, thanks, Richard. Thanks, John. Richard, can you hear me okay?
Yes, can.
Haha, thank you, sir. I appreciate that nice, warm introduction, and it's been a pleasure getting to know you and working with you as well, my friend. Guys, I am super excited about this event. Do me a quick favor. We've got 300 people in here from around the room. I wish I could hear every one of you scream right now, but unfortunately, that is not a possibility. So if you could do me a quick favor, if you know where the chat is, if you could drop some flames, maybe some hearts. If you're excited to be here on a scale from 1 to 10, go ahead and let us know right now just how excited you are to be here. I see 10s and 12s and hearts and smiles. I did notice in the beginning that we have people joining from all over the world. And so when we share with you, wow, the comments are flying in right now. I'm sure they're flying in as well on YouTube. So for those of you that didn't get a chance to join the Zoom because we maxed out at 300, are watching this live stream either from our YouTube channel or from our corporate website where we have a live feed. One of the things that I love about CashFX Group is we really do have the technology. The technology not only to deliver events of this magnitude all over the world and bring this amazing business and project to your living room or wherever you're at, we also have the technology that actually allows us to take advantage of the Forex market through automated trading. Again, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Justin Halliday. What we have is simply life-changing. And you don't have to just take my word for it. You're tuned in here to the right event. You're with the right crowd. You're involved in the right group right now at this very moment. What I want to do is I want to take a quick minute and I want to talk just a little bit about why I got involved in CashFX, just about 8.5 months ago. For those of you that don't know my story, I have been a full-time entrepreneur for 6 years now. Was able to, fire my boss 6 years ago and have been living really my dream life ever since. And I've always found success, but the success that we have found in the last 9 months has truly changed our life. We've been to 8 different countries. We have launched CashFX in Malaysia, Singapore, and the Philippines. We went there. We've been to Panama for the launch event. We've been to South Africa. We've been to London, and we've been to Norway, and we've been to Amsterdam, and we've been to Poland. It's life-changing, you guys, life-changing. I got a phone call from a really good friend of mine. His name is Ron Pope. Many of you know him. Ron and I, our paths crossed about 8 years ago in another project. We had the opportunity to work very closely together. And Ron started mentoring me very early in my career. Now, Ron is a gentleman who has had tremendous success in network marketing, as an affiliate, as a CEO, as a business owner, traditional businesses. And so when Ron and I met, he was somebody that I looked up to. Now, over the course of the last 7 or 8 years, I don't know if Ron has seen any of my presentations. I'm sure he has. Ron has poured into me more than just as a money mentor. Ron has been somebody that I've looked up to in the areas of marriage. Him and his wife just celebrated, I believe, their 26th wedding anniversary. I could be off by a few years. And so also his children are grown, respectable adults. And so I have 3 young children of my own. And so Ron has poured into my life as a mentor, a husband, a father, and just an overall good human being. And so I've gotten the opportunity to get to know Ron very well over the course of the last 7 or 8 years. When I got a phone call, you guys, early in the month of July, we were already experiencing a lot of success in network marketing and cryptocurrency in these types of areas. And so when Ron called me and said, Justin, got something here that you should really take a look at. Everybody's saying it's on mute, but I'm not really sure. I'm pretty sure everybody can hear me.
We've got you, Justin.
Yeah,
I hear
okay.
you loud and clear. Yeah.
Cool. When Ron called me and said, hey man, I got something here you got to take a look at. I really had one question for Ron, knowing when Ron, started the Conversion Pros and walked away from the network marketing space as an affiliate and worked with dozens and dozens of some of the top companies and some of the top income earners out there to help them build their business. Ron had never taken a position. He was always a consultant working on the back end, the infrastructure, the technology, the compensation plan, the marketing, helping those companies grow and become successful. And when Ron called me and told me about this, I had one question, you guys, and that question was, Ron, did you take a position? And Ron said, absolutely, I did. And I said, Ron, you don't have to say no more. We're in. Like, we're in. And I still get goosebumps, guys. I mean, this is how real this project is. I get goosebumps. And so for us, it was easy. We took a position. Ron put us on the phone with Huáscar Lopez. And, you know, over the course of the last 20 years of my professional life, I've met some really exceptional, professional, entrepreneurs, CEOs, business owners. And we had a really good first call. And that first call was about 2 hours. And we got to learn about Huáscar's experience and his vision. And guys, the vision is big. I mean, it's a massive, massive undertaking. And so everything sounded good, and we could sense the integrity, we can sense the honesty and the genuineness in Huáscar and what he was sharing with us. And so we had to take it one step further. And that was to sit down with Huáscar in person, across from each other, and to really get an understanding of who he was. And so, you know, I called Ron and said, Ron, we need to have a meeting. And Ron said, okay, well, what are you thinking? I said, well, you said Huáscar's in Orlando. I'm right here. Come on. He said, well, I'm in Vegas. Let me see what Jen thinks. And so Jen is his wife, and he calls me back about a day later, and he says, you know what? Jen's up for a vacation. Let's go to Orlando. And so Ron and Jen came out, and they spent about 4 or 5 days with Huáscar and his fiance and several other family members who are actually part of the team here at CashFX. And I drove out there, and we spent 6 or 7 hours together, guys. And I'm going to tell you something. I went out there for one reason. As many of you are watching this, many of you have joined projects that promised and had good intentions, but couldn't execute. And I'm going to wrap up with this, you guys. They had good intentions, but could not execute. So when I went out to Orlando, I had one goal: to find out for all of our followers and friends and people who we knew were going to follow us into this project, could the team over at CashFX, Huáscar and Edwin Abad, who has also been amazing, could they execute? That was the question. Could they execute this vision? And we walked away 8 months ago with the belief that they could. You're going to see integrity. You're going to see a company that has delivered on 100% of its promises. The execution has been as close to perfect as it can get. Ron, your team has been amazing. Huáscar, your team, the Edwin, the traders, the brokers. I can go on. I'm going to go ahead and stop. I'm going to hand it over to Ron, and we're going to kick this thing off.
Thank you so much, Justin. Thank you. And likewise, I appreciate your friendship and I look for good people. I look for people that share morals and values with me. And when I find those people, I keep them with me. I've got guys that have been with me for 20 years. Justin and I are going on, I believe it's 9 years now together. I really appreciate your integrity. And Justin, it's due to your leadership and the way that you just absolutely care about each and every one of your team members and your leaders that has led you to a point here with CashFX to enjoy a very high level of global success that most people in network marketing will never see. And that's one of the things that I personally love about CashFX is the entire plan here, guys, has been put together and structured to embrace just that, to embrace the, helping others. And so the more that you help other people, you're going to receive it in return. And Justin and his partner Luigi and John Kinnear, they've traveled the globe, for CashFX and open new markets. And so what I want to do is I want to get into the industries that CashFX is involved in. There's 2 trending industries here, okay? And Justin did a great job telling my background. So I know, a lot of people may be already familiar with me, and so I'm not going to go real deep into my background. I do own a global software company, the Conversion Pros, and it was in, I guess it would have been early June that Waskar contacted me and asked me to take the project on and help him get the company launched. We typically do, a SaaS model, software as a service. We have another component to the Conversion Pros, which is custom software development for companies. We support several network marketing companies globally. And so we cleared off some of our plate, and we took on the project here with CashFX. And it's been a real journey. It's been exciting to be part of it. It's been extremely fast moving. It's it's going viral, and I believe that we're approaching 100 countries now that CashFX is going into. And so it's been a real pleasure. We did take on the technology consulting. I also deal with infrastructure consulting, marketing consulting, as well as legal consulting for the company. So we fully embraced the company. And it has a lot to do with my relationship with Waskar Lopez, in which I'll get into here in just a little while as I introduce him. And so I'll tell you a little bit more of my story after I finish talking about CashFX and what industries they're involved in, okay? There's two trending industries here, guys, that they're involved in, e-learning and the Forex market. And I think it's perfect. They're taking two massive markets and creating this marriage to create a beautiful opportunity for everybody globally. We have a vision of being able to help over 1 million people globally. And anybody that's been with us for any period of time, if we put together a testimonial video, it would be hours and hours and hours long. I mean, people come in here and it's absolutely life-changing. So let's talk about the e-learning industry here first, because this is something that myself and my company, we moved into this industry quite some time ago when I owned a biotech company. We developed some e-learning for that. We developed it for the medical industry. Several industries are moving in this direction. Several major companies, banks are using it. The government's using it. Why? Okay. Well, because it takes a lot less time and resources to educate your employees, your affiliates, okay, your reps. And you can do it on a global basis much quicker. You don't have to utilize a classroom setting. You can literally cut down your amount of time spent, okay, to about 40 to 60% of the time it would take to do it in a classroom. But now, like I say, you also have that global leverage, all right? This industry, guys, is expected to be worth $325 billion by the year 2025. And I think that's a little bit conservative, but if we look at the growth from 2001 to 2017, it grew by over 900%. That's major market moves in the direction of e-learning, all right? So the fact that Waskar and Edwin, saw this and embraced it with their business model was absolutely genius, okay? There's other, Forex training companies out there, but they're extremely unique in the way that they approach the market. Again, the Conversion Pros has an opportunity to work with them as we develop the e-learning side of this company. So we're really getting to see how they think and how they operate on their side as well. Now, the other market that I want to talk about is the Forex market. It trades $5.3 trillion a day. Now, that's a number that's so large, most people just can't even fathom that, all right? So let me put that in perspective. If you took the New York Stock Exchange, which most people think is one of the largest exchanges in the world, one of the largest markets out there, okay? But if you take the New York Stock Exchange, you add it to the equities market, you add it to the futures market, okay? Combined all of those, the Forex market is 8 times larger that it trades per day than all of those other markets combined. We're talking about a massive market. John, if we can go to the next slide here. So why the Forex market? I mean, right there, you can see the massive size of it, okay, is going to create opportunity, okay? The Forex market is the largest, most liquid market in the world, all right? What it does, and what I love about what Waskar and Edwin have embraced with this, is they've been able to implement, okay, into their business model, amazing risk and money management strategies to protect your money. to protect the capital on behalf of you and the company at the same time. Okay, it allows, John, if we can go back that one slide. Thank you. It allows for leverage and compounding of your capital to maximize your gains. Okay, the Forex market allows 100 times more leverage than any other market out there. It trades 24 hours a day, 5 days a week. Now, I saved this last box for last, historically proven to be recession-proof. Prior to the global crisis that we all sit in right now, this was just part of the slide. But what we're witnessing right now is that exact thing firsthand. And my hat is off to Edwin and the trade team as they continue to push through this market and doing an exceptional job in continuing to get returns on a daily basis. And it's not an easy thing to do when the market is this jagged, when it's so up and down every single day. And so we have an amazing team behind us here. John, if we can go to the next slide. I want to talk about the core values, okay? Because when Waskar is another individual that I've known for about 9, going on 10 years now. I was actually COO to a corporation. A little about my background. For the last 20 years, I've been an international business consultant. I've focused in on corporate infrastructures and marketing, training, things of those nature. And I was COO for a travel company at the time. And Waskar was one of our leaders out of Dominican Republic. And we ended up opening an office out there because when we went out to do our first event, over 700 people showed up. And they all seemed to know Waskar. They were very he welcomed them all with a hug. Okay, and so as they were coming through the door, he literally stood there to make sure he could see each and every one of them come through. And then the way that they each respected him and knew him, I could see that his morals and values were in line with mine. Okay, again, that's something I look for. And so as we started to do business together, at the end of that first night, actually, let me back up. At the end of the first night, we got an encore. And they said, "Hey, would you come back for another night?" Well, we don't typically do that without notice, a 24-hour notice to put on another event. The next night, bus loads of people were coming in from Haiti and all over the place. We had as many, if not more people that next night than what we did on the very first night. And again, each and every one of those leaders that were coming in, they also know Waskar. I saw the way he worked with them. We opened an office out there in Dominican Republic. And Waskar got to oversee that. And so he and I had a lot of time to interact. And so when he came to me and said, "Hey, would you take on this project?" I asked him a lot of questions about transparency. I asked him a lot of questions about, his intentions. What was his intent? Because a lot of people come into the network marketing space to develop a company. Now, they may have been leaders in the network marketing industry, but that doesn't make you a good company owner. Okay. I needed to know what his intentions were. What was the exit strategy? What was he wanting to do with this company? And he said, "I'll be full transparent. We're going to go forward. We're going to show trades. We're going to do all of these different things." Everything he told me at the end of May, heading into June, he has done. All right. And every step of the way, he has always put his transparency, his honesty, his integrity, morals, and values have always been first and foremost. So it's been a real amazing ride to take with Waskar and his team. And I think that you guys, if you're here for the first time seeing this, you're going to be able to witness this exact transparency and honesty, which is very rare to find in a company. But I told him, I said, "Waskar, I don't want to build a company that's here today and gone tomorrow. I'm looking to build legacy companies." All right. And over the last 20 years, I've gone in, I've taken over corporations, made them profitable and handed them back to the board. And I've seen those intentions go in the wrong direction after I've handed them back over. And the ownership tanks those companies, okay? And that is not what we're dealing with here. We're dealing with a great group of individuals that want to make this into what I call a legacy company. This is something that's going to be here 20 years from now. And as Justin mentioned, this is just the tip of the iceberg, okay? It's just getting started. And what you're seeing here today is probably going to blow you away, but it's just the beginning. There's so many things happening behind the scenes that is just absolutely going to make CashFX a monumental company in this industry. The purpose is to provide the CashFX Global members with our Premium Academy and our proprietary automated trading technology to assist you guys, okay, into discovering financial success through this market. And again, members that have been with us since the beginning, they're already experiencing success that they've never seen to this level before. Our premium academy includes the most basic Forex trading concepts and instructions. It's very well done. And we've got actors and things that go in. It's a very interactive academy that you guys are going to have the opportunity as you join CashFX to be able to go through the different modules that are included in your packages. Okay, John, if we can go to the next page. So let's talk a little bit more about CashFX. CashFX was developed by professionals that have always wanted more in life. Waskar and I, ever since I've known him, we've wanted to hit a home run and just help millions of people. Okay, we've each individually helped a lot of people globally find success in life, but together we were looking for that home run. And what, in my mind, okay, what makes CashFX a home run is the fact that it never had to be launched. This was not a company that said, hey, let's launch this and then, let's figure out what product we're going to put with it. Okay, so they didn't start with a comp plan and then say, okay, well, what product can we put with this, and then go out there, because a lot of companies they'll sell their comp plan. All right, this company sells the value of its product and what it can do for you. You could literally walk away from this company with a skill set that could take care of you and your family for the rest of your life. Okay, with or without CashFX, you will learn that skill set if you go through the academy. And so it was, Oscar, when he was already doing a lot of this behind the scenes. He had already developed his team. He was already trading, his own funds, and Oscar did extremely well in the Bitcoin market. And so he was doing this, and then one day it hit him, hey, I could take this and offer this now to the public because I have a very successful model that's working for me. Okay, and so when he called me and said, hey, I want to do this, after I questioned him on a lot of things, I said, you know what, this is absolutely perfect. I think we have our home run, and it has already proven so. It's literally going viral right now. So the group includes professionals. The group behind CashFX includes professionals and experts in project management, network marketing, financial markets, okay? It includes a highly trained staff in the educational arena. All right, all the things came together here. And I've talked quite a bit about Waskar. You guys can read his profile here as well as on the website. Another individual that has just been absolutely critical, mission critical here is Edwin Abad. Edwin and I met through this project through Waskar, but Edwin's become a very close friend of mine. He speaks Spanish, I speak English, but we're trying to bridge that gap. Edwin is just an amazing guy. Edwin is the individual behind the scenes that is heading up the development of all the algorithms and overseeing all the trades with the traders. And he's very, very involved. Edwin's working incredible, 15, 18 hours a day, just nonstop to make sure that the success is there. Okay. And developing, duplication within that system, in which I'll get into just a little bit more in a couple more slides. So, but Edwin is absolutely critical to this mission. And thank you, Edwin, for everything that you and your team are doing here. Panama, so the company officially launched in November, and Waskar and his team had already purchased a floor of a building across from the Hard Rock Hotel Megapolis, about a 10,000 square foot facility there. At the time that we launched, it wasn't completed yet. Okay, it's being completed right now. They were waiting for a lot of materials, both furnishings as well as, certain woods and things for the walls, the ceilings, the floors. All these different materials are being imported from Brazil and other areas around the world. So it's absolutely breathtaking. It looks like Wall Street in there. I mean, if you look at the third picture down here, you'll see some pictures along the ceiling as well as all across the wall. Absolutely amazing. And I can't wait. You guys, we have an open door policy down there. So if you want to come down to Panama, once the office is open, we'll make the announcement publicly. But once it's open, you're more than welcome to come down. We have a huge boardroom set aside to, for the senior executives to come out and greet you guys and sit down and meet with you. They'll tour you through the office. It's incredible. I mean, if you want to talk about a legacy company, they literally planted their flag and said, we will be here. Okay, we will be a legacy company. I mean, spending that amount of money to purchase an entire floor of a building, it really spoke volumes to everybody, over 700 people that came to the grand launch event. CashFX's trading success. Our success is achieved with a combination of very skilled individuals, professional traders, expert advisors, that's bots, okay, as well as they've integrated AI, artificial intelligence. So Edwin oversees the development of these algorithms that they feed into the expert advisors, the bots, okay? And then the AI sits back and watches this all and learns from it and is start helping create future algorithms. Because see, one algorithm is you have to continually develop new algorithms. So that way you have a future, okay? One algorithm can spend its time and be done. But if you continually develop, and now that they got that AI, I mean, I really think one day they'll be able to literally predict market moves. So they've been exceptional to this point for each and every one of the members out there through this system here. This is what Waskar already had in place. And then he said, hey, let's take this out to the public. So thank you for doing that, Waskar. It's been incredible. Marketing tools. This is where I come in, as well as John Kinnear. John and I, we developed the original PowerPoint with Waskar. And then John oversaw the translation into multiple different languages. I think we're in excess of 15 languages or so right now with the PowerPoint. So pretty much any language that you speak, that your prospects speak, you could literally take the PowerPoint and send it over to them. Also, something that my company, the Conversion Pros, has developed for the company is called the CFX marketing system. Okay, we've done everything for you. It's just plug and play. You could literally set up your system today and grab your link, go out and run solo ads, social media marketing, whatever you want to do with this. But it comes with autoresponders that are already pre-written. We have one. It's a full sales funnel. So as people opt into that, as they opt into it, they'll go right into one of your autoresponders, and we'll start dripping on them for you. I had some of my expert copywriters. Okay, I got over 50 guys on the marketing team, and our copywriters wrote all these autoresponder messages for you. And each and every day, your prospects will get something new from you. It looks like it's coming from you, educating them on the company. Okay, so they'll go from an opt-in, and then they could literally transition over to a paid member, in which then we send another series to them starting day one, telling them each and every day what they should do to get the fastest success possible. All right. We've already done all the graphics, the banner ads, all that type of stuff for you. It's all inclusive, as well as you'll get access to the full Conversion Pros marketing suite. So email broadcast, you can do your own autoresponder series, so on and so forth. So tons of marketing available to you guys the minute you walk into the company. Okay, John, let's go on. Thank you. Now let's talk specifically about the packages here. Let's start with the Elemental package. Okay, Elemental package is basically like a Forex 101. Okay, you learn the basics and become familiar with important terms and concepts. You need to know that. All right. The Advanced Professional Series takes you further into the Forex concepts and techniques. You learn more advanced skills that will serve as a foundation for your success if you choose to open your own trade account. Okay, and start managing some of your own trades. Like I said, you'll learn a skill set that you can take with you, even after CashFX, if you choose not to stay forever, which I would be surprised if you don't stay here once you join for the life of the company. So, and then we go into the Supreme Series. The Supreme Series, I think, is one of the most important. Okay, it really gets into the psychology of professional trading. I'm a former Forex trader myself, and one of the toughest things to learn is to separate the human element, the emotions from your trading. All right, that's where the Supreme Series comes in. John, if we can go to the next slide. Let's talk about the different packages here. So module 1 and 2, it'll teach you both the fundamental of Forex trading as well as the technical and underlying concepts behind it. Modules 1 to 4. Okay, so you got some different packages here where you can literally purchase just as a customer. If you want to be just a customer, you can literally purchase just these packages here. Okay, so modules 1 to 4, these courses also provide a solid introduction to Japanese candlesticks. So if you're sitting there going, I don't know what candlesticks are, that's okay, you will real soon. And they're extremely important as you're looking at your different types of trades that you want to enter or exit. Okay, common charting and underlying concepts behind them. And then our advanced and Supreme modules, those are being developed right now. So we've got our project manager working on that, and the team, the actors, all of them, they're plugging away at the advanced and Supreme modules. John, next slide. Okay, so not only can you purchase the education individually as a customer, but it'll also be included in your package. All right. So let's say that you come in with one of these packages here in front of you. These are all considered elemental packages. So the 300, the 500, the 1,000, 2,000, or $3,000 package. Totally up to you to decide what you want to do with it. You can literally come in at the $300 level, okay, and then earn your way up to the 500. And then when you do that upgrade, you're going to be able to put some profit in your pocket too, which is real important. And then from the 500 to the 1,000, the 1,000 to the 2,000, 3,000, so on and so forth. Now, if you've been with us for a while, you might be noticing we've added
Whoa. That's new. That's new, that orange color, Ron. You can't just glance over that.
That's what I was about to bring up here, Jeff. So for those of you that have been with us for a while, you're probably sitting there doing a dance around your room right now. So we've added some packages in here. We have. Because what was going on before was you were basically taking all your profit and having to use that to do your upgrades. We want to see you be able to upgrade and put profit in your pocket. Okay, so myself and the CashFX corporate team, we got together and we collaborated and talked about and figured out what those package values needed to be. So now somebody can literally come in at the 300 and earn their way all the way up to the top package, the $100,000 package, and each step of the way put profit in your pocket. Extremely important. Now here we go. There's the 5,000. We added the 7. Okay, then you got the 10,000. Then we added the 15, and then you got the $20,000 package here. John, let's go on to the next page. Now that the cat's out of the bag, we might as well show you the rest of these packages. So we had the 30, we added a 40 right there. Faith, if you're out there, I know you're cheering for it right now. So many of the leaders out there, Owen, all of you guys, I know this is something that you've been waiting for. Here it is. So I'm excited to be the one to get to announce this. Then we got the
chat is blowing up right now, Ron. I mean, I just want to stop. Wow, boom, amen. 3K, wow, 70K, 40K, amazing, super. I mean, the chat is literally on fire.
I knew I wasn't going to be able to slide that in. So no, this is huge, guys. This really is. So, this was something that when the company was first launched, if you put too many packages out there, let me put the concept behind this, okay? If you put too many packages out there, it gets almost overwhelming and people don't, you need to get them to grasp what's going on first. But we felt now was the perfect time with the release of, and also you're probably noticing, a brand new PowerPoint here, okay? This is something that is going to be translated into multiple languages. We're going to replace the old PowerPoint with this PowerPoint, the same as what we've done here with these packages. So, wow, I'm so glad that you guys are loving this. I was thinking you would, but yeah, absolutely. So
Ron, I just want to say I'm reading these comments, and at least I've lost track because they're going so fast.
Yeah,
I want to say at least 10 people have just said, I'm upgrading today. You've just filled the space that I need.
Absolutely. John, I need 10 seconds on the previous slide. Go back for 1 second. One thing I need to point out to you guys is every single package, okay, pick any one of these packages, say it's a $100,000 package, 30% of every package is going to go towards your education, okay? So included in your package, you're going to get your education, all right? Then the rest of it goes into the trade pool. Okay, so out of the 100,000, 70,000 goes into trade for you, in which will generate your daily trade earnings from there. You're also going to get PV, personal volume, which John will talk about here in a little while. So John, go ahead and go to the next slide. Thank you so much. Now I get the opportunity to introduce you guys to one of my closest friends and an individual who is literally changing the world with his team. Huáscar Lopez has been just an amazing individual for over the last 9, almost 10 years that I've known him. And I am so grateful for the opportunity to work side by side with Huáscar every single day. And guys, his vision His heart is in the right place. And man, just, you know, if you're going on this ride with us, buckle in, hold on tight, because this guy has, man, a vision that is second to none. And you know, a lot of people have vision, but we have the ability with Waskar's leadership to implement that vision, to execute that vision. So one other thing I want to say about Waskar is, guys, his morals and values will hold true as long as this company is here, and you will get to see that firsthand. I can't wait to meet each and every one of you at our next live event, in which we'll be announcing once we get past this little bit of a crisis that the world's in. So, Waskar, thank you so much. If you'd like to take the floor, my friend.
For sure, Ron. Thank you very much. And thank you, all of you, for your nice comments this afternoon, this night here, sharing with us this awesome event. This a very special event that is the first, but we're gonna continue this social movement around the world. For me, it's a privilege to be here with you, and hearing you, you know, makes me very sensible, because it's been a tremendous ride since last year, the pre-launch, the launch in November, and the hard work that everyone puts together here on the team, the corporate team. It's just nothing but amazing what is going on with this company, and it's not a one man's job. It's just incredible, talented people that we have in the team, including you, Ron, that stand up with many hours working and delivering, you know, in the software side, not only in the software side, but putting together this amazing structure with us all the way. So thank you very much. For those who are joining for the first time, welcome. This is all prepared for you. We've been working for the last week and putting this together because we wanted to support and welcome you to our company. From our members through the corporate staff, we welcome you to listen this opportunity in a very unique way, where we can share a little bit about us, about the company, but also to present the behind the scenes of the company, where you can know the real people working behind, you know, when you can meet people like Pablo Millan, who is with us today, that I want to introduce, who is part of the management of IlluminateFX, our broker partner, where we go through our operation tradings, and it is very, it's very special to have the relationship that we have with our broker. Brokers are a very, let's say, special between the market, the Forex market, and the clients, because they have to perform a very specialized part between those transactions. You know, they provide a platform which carry on transactions, but they need to be compliant with every country, with many regulations. They need to have license. It is a very complex role that the broker has to perform. So not only the brokers, the traders, our leaders who are presenting for you today are here, but just to understand, this is a unique business that costs a lot of effort, vision, and hard work to put it together and in front of you, so you can have a way to the future, so you can have a way to support your family. This is a company, a real company that care about people, and that's why we're doing this social movement worldwide. So we welcome you, all of you that are joining us for the first time, get to know our company. We are going to continue doing this Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, And we hope this first event will set the tone for the next ones that we're gonna have, because they are going to be special, every one of those events. Now, since I get involved into the Forex market, and I participate in a lot of meetings with the different brokers, for sure, I never felt the way I felt having the relationship that we have with the corporate and the management of CFX. So I would like to welcome you, Pablo. I know it's late for you.
Hello everyone.
Welcome.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Friend, of course. Thank
you for the invitation to be here today. Thank you.
Great to have you. Great to have you. We just have this amazing event, this first one, and on this type and this room, face to face with our members, guests, and everyone. And so we would like to talk a little bit about the market. We know we're having such a special time and weird times in the future. I mean, in the world, with everything that is happening. The world is upside down. That's why we decided to move forward and stand up, because we think there is a great opportunity in the market also. But we thought that during these difficult times, Pablo, people should know and should listen from the very leading actors in the market, which are the brokers also, who understand and who also have very inside information with what is going on right now. So first thing, thank you for being here and for the support of your company to us.
Thank you to you guys. Thank you to you.
Yeah. So can you please describe how are the times in general in the market right now, because the conditions are really special as we've seen in the last 2 weeks. So please talk about a little bit for everybody to understand how is the situation.
Okay. Right now it's well known that the market is suffering right now, the market, okay? But in these moments, for example, it's very, very unique situation. So in these situations, it's good to chase the best opportunity. And the best opportunity right now is to be in CashFX for sure. And aside of this, many assets are giving a lot of opportunity to enter and to make a great profits in the market right now. So I believe that we are in an amazing moment of the market. We can only compare this with 2008, the crisis that we have. So in the crisis is when the traders are make the most of the money. So right now is an amazing opportunity,
Very well. What is the situation with liquidity on the market, Pablo? Because we've seen a lot of operation. There are less heavier within the volume. So right now, some liquidity providers are just not being there for the clients or for other brokers. So I just wanted to clarify a little bit, how is that working a little bit?
We are suffering this right now with the liquidities, because the liquidities are banks. So the banks as well are afraid. So we need to take care of this, okay? And some margins are reduced in some assets, like indexes, commodities, etc. So also with this low margin, we can do an amazing things. With no volume in the market, we can continue making profits. So I believe that it's an amazing opportunity. I don't know how to explain this, but really, if you have the chance to check the markets right now, you can see thousands of opportunities, also without volume.
What is the situation with the spreads? Like the spreads are, we've seen the very situation with some...
The spread? Yeah. The spread depends sometimes about the offer and the demand of the product, no? For example, in the gold, in this commodity, the volume is not so high, okay, due the mines are closed, because of Corona. So right now, the real price, who is moving the price, is the digital asset, not the physical bond, the digital asset. So we can take an advantage of this.
Also, Pablo, you know, we've seen that we want to show to our members how difficult it is to be credited on the Forex market as a broker. So basically, you held one of the most difficult certification and licenses, and you told me very good news about you guys' company that are, you know, opening new markets with new licenses. So please, if we can talk
Exactly
about that.
Yes, we are in the last step, okay, in the final process to get the FCA license. That is one of the most reputable licenses in the world. As well, we are ready to take the Dubai license. That will be an amazing for the Middle East. They have the Euro license there in the Middle East. And also South Africa. So I believe that we are covered from all the fronts, all the license. So we have FCA in London, South Africa, Dubai, FCA, CIMA, and SAISE. So we will have 6 regulations. And I believe that only few brokers have so many regulations. So this is an extra, make you extra confident with the broker.
Oh, that's something that makes us proud, because, you know, to be aligned with your company, to have the support and the connection that we have through the forex market, with your company being heavily regulated and with every license, that for sure make us comfortable. And I know all of you watching during this presentation, that if you're new in our company, that you know that we're working with a real deal broker out there. Pablo, thank you very much for being here today. We still have another call. I know it's going to be a little bit late.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
But thank you very much, Pablo. Looking forward to be with us. And take care on this during the difficult times. Now, guys, since our beginning, we start seeing really good results. And I want to take the chance to celebrate success, because with today we got to introduce the call with a gentleman who is having a great success. He just started as an investor in early days and around July, August in the company. From the UK, Richard Maudet is our host of the call, who introduced the call today. And I feel very, very proud of you, the work that you have done, you know, the leadership that you have developed. You putting hundreds of people in the room every day, doing presentation, building the company. For sure, you're one of the examples to follow in CashFX. And you become a director. Director is a person who has a tremendous volume during 30 days calendar, you know, during the month, who has created, I think it's 8 or 12 executives under 3 managers to become director. And, you know, you just create the structure to be here today as an example of success. Richard, congratulations for everything you're doing. And please share with us how it's been the ride since the beginning, how you're feeling, and how you see the future with us in the company. Congratulations. Go ahead.
Thank you very much, Wesker, for that very kind introduction. Yeah, I mean, I've been in network marketing now for around 20 years. I used to be in the corporate world as a sales director. I got out of the corporate world by network marketing, and I've been in various companies over the years, product-based, financial-based, but I've never been in a company like this. And I am so grateful to be involved with this company. John introduced it back to me in July, and right away I saw there were aspects to it that really ticked the boxes for me. And both John and I have been continuing to do our due diligence on the company. Any of you that see my presentations, I often talk about this because I think a lot of people are not good at doing due diligence when they're looking at opportunities. And it is so important. And, you know, I've been in businesses in the past and there are always things that sort of you weren't sure of. And in hindsight now, I know they were red flags. And so I've learned a lot over the years. So when I came and joined this business, my eyes were opened and I could see very clearly the potential dangers in any business. And I've checked and I've checked and checked every single time. Tick, 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 tick. There are genuinely no red flags with this business. And what has happened to me has been quite extraordinary. I've never seen anything like it. You know, I've got a team now of over 3,000 people and just growing so fast every day. People are really starting to wake up. It's fascinating. A lot of people have underestimated the business, but they're now waking up. You know, this company is going to be an absolute beacon in the industry. And those of you that are building now, let me tell you, you're in such a good place because it's just a matter of time before everyone suddenly wakes up and realizes this is the only business in town, particularly in the current situation with the markets. So it is such an incredible opportunity, and I'm really grateful to you guys. And I'm so grateful because I watch what you're doing. Everything you're doing behind the scenes is incredible. Every time I think, well, maybe they should be doing that, you guys have already done it. You're on it. It's just absolutely amazing. So thanks, Westcott. It's fantastic.
Thank you to you, Richard. Thank you. It's a privilege to have you here as one of our leading leaders in the company. And I know you're moving forward very fast to the next ranks in the company. For sure, we put together some great leadership awards that we're gonna see next, because the next presenter is our actual director of marketing, who has been leading this movement with creativity, professionalism, and is one of the person that joined, and then I got to meet him last year at the beginning of the company. And, you know, he delivers so much. We got to know each other, and then, you know, we met personally in the official launch in Panama. And it's just a gentleman, a person who, you know, deliver with vision and with actions, you know, with asking nothing in return. And that's why he's today's marketing director, you know, with a huge organization also. And this is what I love about CashFX. You know, a lot of people in the corporate staff, everybody's building, everybody care about other people providing opportunities. So today we're gonna listen what this is all about. You're gonna understand how our rewards plan works, how you can from $300 build your bridge to prosperity through our company. Welcome, John. Thank you very much to be here, and the floor is yours.
Hey, Oscar, it's a privilege and a pleasure. I certainly appreciate it. So I'm going to take everything that we've talked about so far, and I'm just going to pull it together and put a pretty little bow on top. It's really important for all of you here and all of you watching on YouTube that if you're here as a guest, the information that I'm going to share in the next 10, maybe 12 minutes with you is really, it's meant for you. Obviously, everyone else has already found this. They've made this discovery, and they are having various degrees of success. But I can say with a great deal of pride and enthusiasm that every single person, 100% of them that have already found this ahead of you, are having success. And that's a very rare thing to be able to say. One of the reasons that this section of the presentation is so important is that there are a lot of people in the world that are struggling right now. And it doesn't matter where you live, people are getting absolutely hammered by the current conditions. People are going to bed nervous, they're waking up nervous in the middle of the night, and I'm very empathetic. And if you're here as a guest and there's some uncertainty in your future because of what's happening right now, I'm just very happy that you have the opportunity to tune in, especially to the next 10 minutes. If you're doubting yourself, if you've never, ever had a position where you've had to sell anything before, first of all, I want you to stop worrying about that right now. Because the tools that Ron was talking about earlier and some of the processes that Justin has mastered that he was talking about earlier, I will tell you that this is something that will be so much easier to share than you may think without any experience right now, that you're probably worrying about absolutely nothing. Now, first and foremost, all of the elements of the platform, the company that we've talked about so far, you can participate in and benefit from without mentioning this to a soul. So if that's you and you are determined that it is just not your place to share anything with anyone, well, we've got some very good news for you. You can still roll into this and participate and benefit. However, the one thing that's so critically important in creating abundance, if you want to use the crisis that's happening right now and really try to find a silver lining in so much suffering that's happening around the world, you could use this platform as an opportunity really to learn how to leverage yourself. You know, in the world, there's two different ways to leverage oneself. One, of course, is in money. You can leverage money. Wealthy people put their money to work for themselves all of the time. Now, of course, when markets hit the ditch like they are right now, a lot of people also take a beating. But I can tell you, generally, people with resources are already prepared and already taking evasive steps when things like this start to happen. Many of us have accumulated cryptocurrency, for example, Bitcoin along the way. Many people on this call, many experienced leaders, had the luxury or were fortunate enough to be involved in cryptocurrency-based platforms during 2015, 16, 17, when we saw that absolutely incredible run from around $700 to 19,000 US dollars. And of course, that made many, many millionaires. But that's a pattern that happens economically anyway. I mean, we saw the tech bubble in 1997, 1998, 1999, where companies were just throwing billions of dollars at startups that really didn't bring anything of significance to the market. It's just because of the hype that was surrounding that particular era. And one constant for all of us has been the strength and the massive opportunity that the Forex market provides. So I want to blast through a few details with you right now. As I said before, it's only going to take a few minutes, but I want you to put yourself in a position that if you don't have tens or hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars at your disposal to leverage money, in my humble opinion, I think that you can do extraordinary things and really, in fact, create some freedom and security for yourself in a period of time that may surprise you by leveraging your time. And the way you leverage your time is really focusing on a business platform. In this case, it's one you can run from your smartphone that's systems-based. So when we share simple systems, the reason we do share simple systems is because they're easy to share. And so if I give you 2 or 3 action steps that are easy for you to take, and then they're easy for you to teach because they were easy for you to take, all of a sudden you've actually started to leverage your time and create abundance for yourself. So let's talk about this for just a few minutes right now. The way this plan works, very simply, we break this down into 2 different categories. It's a play on the Forex terminology, bear and bull markets. We call them bear and bull capital. And so for any one of those trade contracts, if you remember all the cheering and enthusiasm was happening when we announced the new additions to the trade contract, family, any single one of those, as a customer, you can get involved and earn up to 2 times the value of that contract, whether it's a $300 or $500 contract or one of the new $40,000 or $70,000 contracts, 200% gains just as a customer. That's just as someone who's taking advantage of the infrastructure in the company and benefiting in the Forex market. Now, if you do what I would encourage you to do, and that is don't be afraid to pop open your smartphone and share some of your results with the people that matter to you. As soon as you do that one time, you now make yourself eligible to also earn bull capital, where you can gain, believe it or not, an additional 2 times on whatever trade contract you happen to be using, for a total of up to 4 times gains. That's substantial, to say the least. Now, these are contracts, just as I stated, in the sense that they have a beginning and a middle and an end. And the end is exactly how I've just defined them, either 2 times or 4 times the value of those contracts. You can see below that, we also talk about rank levels. And obviously, if you're new to this, you already have a little bit of an insight as to what rank levels are, because Waskar was just interviewing Richard and congratulating him on some amazing achievements that he's already made in a very short period of time. So let me break this down for you graphically so it's very clear. I'm going to use this example of a $10,000 contract, and that's what this icon is representing. Now, here's Bear Capital. Remember, we said Bear Capital is customer capital, okay? So this is the case where 70%, and Ron talked about this 70-30 split, 70% of the capital from that trade contract is immediately being put to work for you. Now, you have a maximum that you can gain on a weekly basis of 15%, which obviously is extraordinary. And ultimately, that contract will reach its cap or reach its terminate end at 2 times the value of that Bear Capital. However, if you choose to open your smartphone and share this with a few friends, you can also generate bull capital. Remember, bull capital is what's coming from the 30% that wasn't put to work for you in the trading market. So this was an actual product purchase. Remember, we talk about legacy companies in this call. We talk about really building business the right way with integrity, so this can last long-term for you and be a permanent part of your family's income source. How do you do that? Well, first of all, you make sure you structure things properly. And we know that any long-term project has to have a rewards plan that's fed from a real product sale. And that's exactly what that academy is. This is what we talked about online universities in the second slide of this presentation, and this huge movement to learning from home. Because these online universities, in our case, we call it our Learning Academy or our Forex Academy, that's being custom built by CFX with a great deal of money invested and time and energy and planning. This university is where the 30% from any trade contract goes. Now, what's great is as you start moving your way up that ladder, a 10K contract to now a 15K contract and then a 20K contract, etc. Every single time you move up that ladder, guess what happens? Of the new gains or the new capital that gets put to work for you, 70% goes added to your trade contract, but 30% goes directly to another academy section that you're unlocking and goes to one of 2 places. You can see on the slide, half of it goes to a fast start bonus and half of it goes to a unilevel bonus. In any case, this gives you the ability to add an additional 200% growth to the value of the contract that you're currently holding. So let's talk just a little bit about trading results, because trading results are still gains and they're still part of the rewards plan. So we're using, now the guys already touched on this really effectively, so I don't need to spend much time on it, but we're talking about AI tech that's being developed. We're talking about live professional traders, and we're talking about EAs. Now, EA, remember, is an abbreviation for expert advisor, and that is where we're using technology, specifically software, coded software, to allow more accelerated, a higher volume of trading that can happen in the marketplace. One of the things that you learned if you were on our leadership call just a few days ago, the very first thing the guys did was turn off the EA when we started to see a major shift in the market conditions. And this is what experienced traders will do, because when you've got a change in the market, and we certainly do have a change in the market, then we lean a little bit more on our live professional traders. So it puts us in a very safe place, because we're not dealing with a third party or white label product. Our live professional traders and the engineers that develop all of our software are all in-house. They're all part of the CFX family, and they all always will be. So this way, if we have to make any adjustments based on market conditions, we're all ready and prepared to do it. So let's move on to specifics about the rewards plan. As I mentioned before, the 30% of any trade contract that goes towards the academy, if you notice the second sentence here, the academy pack revenue, 100% of that is actually being sent to you. The company is retaining none of it. So 100% of that, whether it's a fast start bonus, which you saw in the previous or 2 slides ago, or the unilevel, and we're going to talk about both of them right now. So fast start bonus is basically a sharing bonus. If you share this with anybody, you're going to earn what's called a fast start bonus, and it's 50% of that 30%. So in other words, 15% of the value of any trade contract is something that you can earn instantly. Now, what's great about that is not only can you earn that fast start bonus instantly, but you can withdraw it instantly and you can do whatever you want with that gain instantly. So that's a wonderful thing. But what's particularly interesting and I think really compelling about the fast start bonus is Waskar and Edwin and the team that developed this were able to create the ability for you to earn not only once from sharing this platform with someone, but for you to earn over and over and over and over every time any one of those individuals that you referred move their way up the contract ladder. So you can earn over and over from a team, even though there's no monthly auto ship attached to this platform. I'm going to repeat that. There's no monthly reoccurring cost for you when you participate in CFX. Now that's critically important. Because if we're going to build a platform where we want to have an impact on people all around the world, not just the wealthiest countries in the world, many people would not be able to afford $2,000 or $3,000 or $5,000 to put into their own brokerage account. Maybe they could only afford $500, or maybe they could only afford $700 or $1,000. Well, if you're having to spend $150 or $200 every month for a membership fee, there's a very good chance you're either breaking even or losing money month after month after month. And I'm pretty sure that no one, certainly none of us on this call, get involved on anything we work from home to lose money or break even. So by taking that monthly burden out of the system, then you can start anywhere, whether it's a $300 contract with CFX or a $100,000 contract or anything in between, and know that you're going to be able to make gains without having to get hit monthly for reoccurring fees. So that's a fantastic thing about this fast start bonus. I've earned fast start bonuses from individuals that started at $300 and already in 8 months, they're on $100,000 contracts. So you take a look at all the steps in that ladder. That's how many fast start bonuses that I earned and will continue to earn. Now, the other half of the trade contract money, apologies on the trade contract, the academy, remember the online university, that 30%, the other half of that goes right here. This is what we call a unilevel bonus. Now, the easiest way to understand this graphic and this unilevel bonus and how powerful this bonus is that it doesn't matter how many people you choose to share this with. You can share this with one and all of a sudden be eligible for this unilevel bonus to work for you. One only. You could share this with 10. You could share this with 100. You could share this with 1,000 people. It doesn't matter. Every single person that you personally refer, in other words, every single person that you've earned a fast start bonus on, you also are adding to the size of your level 1. Everyone you've personally referred makes up your level 1. And that's how this it begins. So as those individuals that you personally referred start to share with others, and this starts to grow organically, those individuals become your level 2. And as those people start to share, well, they become your level 3, and so on and so forth. So you can see, first of all, if you have a look at this graphic, this runs all the way down to 10 levels in depth. However, if you look at the bottom on the far right-hand side, there are global bonuses that some people on this call already have access to. And the global bonuses actually allow you to earn infinite in depth and width, regardless of how this grows, how long this grows, or how long this grows for. You have an ability to capture all of that. So the unilevel is really quite a spectacular bonus. Now, the next one I want to talk with you about is equally extraordinary, but what's really interesting about it is you can actually benefit from this bonus even if you're just a customer, even if you have not shared this with anybody. It's called a forced matrix. So this has a very different structure than the unilevel we were just talking about, where you can have an unlimited number of people on your level 1. If you take a look at this graphic, you can see level 1 has positions for 1, 2, 3 people, only 3 people. It doesn't matter how many you share with, only 3 of them will be on the level 1 of your matrix. And it's going to grow in multiples of 3. So level 2, you can see, has 9 positions, and that's all that will fit on level 2. Level 3 is 9 times 3, which is 27, and that's all that will fit on level 3. So if you do happen to share with more, they simply slot under other people. And so there is a way actually for you to position yourself as a customer. Never share this with anybody, and still end up, if you're part of an active team, and there's some wonderfully active teams inside this presentation right now, and they may end up building around you inside your matrix, which makes some of the announcements that you're going to see in about 5 minutes particularly special. So this particular bonus is, first of all, it's fed by a withdraw fee. Now, there's a withdraw fee every single time that anybody pulls their capital, their gains, out of CFX. Whether you're a customer and you're pulling out your trading gains, or whether you're a builder sharing the rewards plan and you're pulling out your trading gains and your reward plan bonuses, you'll pay a withdraw fee. And it's that withdraw fee that actually feeds this bonus. One of the things that I know we were very excited about when we were first inspecting this and really going over the numbers with a fine-tooth comb was the perpetual nature, how this would continue to feed and support itself as the network continued to grow around the world from this withdraw fee. First of all, you'll notice in the little yield sign with the exclamation point, this is not a profit center for CFX. This is actually a profit center for us. So of that 20% withdraw fee, all of that is earmarked to go into bonuses for us, for those of you who are building this or participating as a customer. So it breaks down very simply as this: that 20% withdraw fee breaks down into 3 different bonuses. Half of that money, so 10% of the withdraw fee, feeds the bonus we've just talked about. And then 10% of that feeds what we call a matching bonus. And I'll explain that in just 1 second. And the remaining 40% pays for some leadership bonuses, and you're going to see what those are in just a moment. So the matching bonus, very simply, if you've earned a fast start bonus on anybody, that means you've sponsored them. Well, you're also going to get a 10% match of their matrix earnings as well. So let's move on and let's talk a little bit about these bonuses, because they're so critically important to your long-term success. First of all, and this slide is critically important because those of you who are going to share this with friends who you know just want to be customers. They're not going to talk to anyone about CFX, but they're very enthusiastic about participating and making automated Forex market gains. You can see here, this is a strong carrot to encourage your customers to make sure they're still moving through the contract ladder. So as they move through this ladder, what's happening is they're opening multiple layers, which open more positions within the matrix. So even those customers have an opportunity to gain further and further in depth in the matrix. Remember, what happens when your customers move up the contract ladder? Well, you earn fast start bonuses again, and you earn unilevel bonuses again. So any activity that's happening within the system, you continue to earn. And this is one of the reasons so many people all around the world are so excited about this platform. So let's just touch on leadership for a second. You can see the ranks. There is, from executive on, there's 6 very important ranks. And you reach the very first rank, which is executive, very simply by having a trade contract of $1,000 or higher. If you noticed when Ron was sharing those trade contracts with you, there's a point to dollar ratio attached to each one of them. It's a 1 to 2 point to dollar ratio. So 500 points, or personal volume points, as you see there, would be $1,000 contract. And you can see you can work all the way through this contract, or through this leadership program with 1,000. So you're not being forced to move into larger contracts to be able to earn and open up more and more leadership bonuses. So what I want to dive into very quickly is show you what these bonuses are, and then we're going to make a very special announcement to wrap up this call. All right, so many of you, in the hundreds of you now, have qualified for this very first rank of executive. In fact, we're seeing many of you do it in your very first month of getting started. And I've seen some of the stories, they're absolutely fantastic, of people with no previous experience hitting the rank of executive in their very first month. Well, you're going to receive a gift. And one of those gifts is that pin that you've seen all over this PowerPoint. By the way, the pins are being custom made They're being custom made by the same company that actually made the Olympic medals the last time the United States hosted the games. So there's a lot of forethought, and planning that's gone into these particular medals of achievement. And the only way that you can receive yours is to come to a corporate event. Remember, we had our very first corporate event in Panama. The next corporate event, when this virus clears, is going to be in Punta Cana, Dominican. They're extraordinary, and we have an opportunity to also rub shoulders with each other. That's the only way you'll be able to receive your own medal. The great news is that means you're going to be coming to an event at some point where you can meet all of us. You're also going to receive, though, an iPad for all of your efforts. When you hit the rank of manager, and there's a shocking number of managers starting to pop into the company now as well, you have the opportunity to receive a Datejust Rolex, his or her, depending on whether you're a boy or girl, but kicking butt in the CFX plan. When you reach the rank of director, and you saw Richard had reached that rank, you have the opportunity to travel on a 5-star vacation. This 5-star vacation actually can be anywhere that you want it to be. And take a look at that price tag. That's going to be a pretty fantastic vacation. And one of the individuals that you already had the pleasure of hearing from, in fact, our very second speaker after Richard introduced him, was Justin. Well, he and his business partner, Luigi, have done an absolutely masterful job of helping many of us build our businesses, especially in the early stages, as we were all learning the ropes of CFX. They're the gentlemen that have the fantastic working relationship with Ron Pope. Within just a few months of getting started, they already reached the rank of president. You can take a look at what that president's prize is. I was there with them when they chopped the car in half. It was painful to watch, but listen, there's 2 of them, and that's the only way they can do it. When you open this up to the rank of ambassador, and in fact, I know that many of our leaders that are getting close to president, we know ambassador is not going to be far around the corner from watching the growth of their businesses. This is the gain or the prize from that. And then ultimately, our global ambassador prize is a Lamborghini Huracan. So with that, I would like to turn the time back over to our fearless leader and CEO, Waskar, for an announcement that actually will have a significant impact on all of you on this call today.
Master presentation by Mr. Sir Ron, Sir John Kinnear. Congratulations. I think everybody loves the new PowerPoint, John. Everybody is excited to have it. Don't worry, guys. Don't worry. We're gonna have that in the back office very soon in multiple languages. The company, worked very hard, leading by John. This is tremendous work they have done in the marketing department, and we're very proud. You can see the detail and the work in that fantastic presentation. And as usually, we try to keep it up, and evolve and improve everything in the company.
Waskar, just as a reminder for anyone that is actually in the live Zoom room who can send a chat, if you love it, make sure you mention it right now, because our graphic artist behind it is actually in the room right now.
Awesome. Excellent. Well, Caro is one of the leading graphic artists. She's not a designer. She's an artist, because what she does is incredible. Also, the teaser video about this social movement, she's also doing that. We're going to share that in social media so everybody can see and can have it. The purpose of this call, as we mentioned, is to make this platform and this movement a huge viral movement around the world. So you can share your company, CashFX, all over your prospect, your family and friends, and we can all grow together during these difficult times. Now, I've been reflecting a lot for what is happening around the world with this COVID-19. And I don't want to get emotional. I don't want to talk in a negative way, because we all know this is a celebration, that we have a way to beat that financial crisis, that I don't think it will it will go further. But in difficult times, every financial institutions, banks, and the companies around the world have shown that they care people. Governments provide a wage for people not paying electricity bills, for give them some time to pay services, internet services, many services. So in a way, CashFX would like to bring this prosperity, this support for everybody, starting with these new packages that we thought that it will be good for those members who actually move from one package to the other, but sometimes it requires more effort financially to upgrade without too much money in their pocket. So now you have those intermediaries packages from one to the other, and you can keep more money during difficult times. So now we have an amazing compensation plan because we share 100% of our products. Everybody knows it. Our Academy products are amazing and we keep building them. But we share that because the business model that we have is based on the trading side. And this is why our compensation plan is sustainable. We share in the compensation plan only the product, 100%, half 50% in the fast start, like John was explaining, and 50% on the uni level. Now we have another feature that is, and I will give the direction to John when I'm ready so he can pass the slide, but not yet, because we have a unique way to reinforce, to bring more flow of income into everybody's pocket with the matrix. A matrix is something that every time anybody under you withdraw, it generates a commission. Literally, we have millions of dollars that it can be generated through this structured 3x10 matrix, which it comes from the fee that we charge for withdrawal. So right now we have qualifications set for that matrix, depending on the package that you have. If you have the 300 package, you can have income from this first 3 level, but the company thought that opening this matrix to everybody without qualification, guys, is something that it will bring fresh air to everybody. And listen up what we're talking about. For a period of the next 60 days, starting from today at midnight, go ahead, John, you can slide in. We are going to open everything for you guys, every leader, every new member, everything that you have under you, withdrawing every day. It will accumulate earnings for you, and it will bring more flow, more cash flow for everybody. I think, no, I'm sorry. We are sure, we believe this is a consideration for from everybody in CashFX corporate, for every member, and I'm really excited because it's something that it will provide for everybody to make more money. You know, every 15 days on the first day of the month and on the 16th day, you know, we paid out this residual income that it closed the circle, creating a very good residual income, you know, in an ecosystem that is auto-sustainable. Remember, we create some business that here that it doesn't exist anywhere. For the first time in network marketing, we're proud to present something that it never been done before. And it comes from our Lord. I believe he's the only one who has the power to provide creativity, is the only one who will provide the way for us to be a legacy company for many years to come, And I'm really, really excited, guys, really, really excited and proud to present this, because this is our intention to provide for a lot of families. And this is a way so we can close out this event, which is the first one, but next Friday, we're gonna be here again, recognizing other leaders, presenting other leaders with this corporate staff, this amazing marketing team, supporting you. And if you're new and you're signing up and you're probably, oh wow, what does that mean? You know, you don't know what it means, but you know, your leader, your friend who is inviting you today will explain you more. Basically, we're putting more money in everybody's pocket, helping those who probably don't have the financial muscle to have a bigger packet yet. But this will help them, because if you are in a 300 package and you have a lot of people under you, now that income, it will help you to make upgrades. It will help you to make more money to provide to your family. And this is the way we're thinking in the company. This is the way we can collaborate during these special times and difficult times in the world. I will not add any more to this call. God bless you. We're really proud to be here. We're really proud that you showed up with so many guests. We blow up the YouTube channel, over 700 people and live today. The statics are huge in social media with this first new social movement, CashFX. Thank you very much to everybody. Thank you. And we just have to be thankful for everything in our world. You know, remember, gratitude is something that opens the doors. What you feel inside, it will come back to you. It will show, it will flow outside, but it will come multiplied by thousands of times.
Oscar, before you say your final goodbye, because I know it's just about to happen, Ron, I think you should unmute yourself, and Justin, you should unmute yourself, because we just need to make sure that everybody who's watching understands very clearly what's happening again in 48 hours.
I agree. You could be my guest, John. Please.
Okay, Ron, why don't you, thank you very much. Ron, why don't you go ahead, because I know that your team created that fantastic page. There's a banner in the back office that immediately takes them to a page with some very simple action steps. Just let everyone know if the links are going to stay the same, or if there's anything else they need to learn to make sure they can capitalize on these Monday, Wednesday, and Friday special events.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, John. Guys, it's been a real pleasure being here with you today. And wow, I see the comments rolling through here. I wasn't able to watch some of these while I was talking, but man, it's amazing. You guys are as excited as we are about all this. So 48 hours from now, we're going to start doing these events Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So Friday, same time, same place. We've created one domain, which is new CFXsocial.com. And my designers and programmers are updating that page right now. We're putting a little bit more professional look on it for everyone. But the domain will stay the same. You can go right there. It will allow the first 300, we may expand the room, but right now it would be the first 300 people will be able to get into the Zoom. Everyone else, if you're blocked out of the Zoom, no problem. Please go on back to newcfxsocial.com and click the next link down, and it will allow you to go straight into the website. You can also go straight to the website yourself on the public-facing CashFX Group.com, and then go under live events. And if you're watching the English one, click the EN. If you're watching the Spanish one, click the ES. So that is how you would find this webinar.
Justin, why don't we just talk for 30 seconds before we say goodbye to everyone? Even if someone has absolutely no experience, but this last turn of events has made it very painfully clear to them that they have to do something, just how easy it would be to use these Monday, Wednesday, and Friday meetings to actually start creating something substantial for themselves.
Absolutely. I can say it over and over again, guys. We have heard from so many people within the community, and I'm just going to use one example. We were out in South Africa, and they recognized some of the people in the room that had invited some guests to the event. And so they brought up a young lady, I forget her name, I think it was Sarah. And Sarah had 27 people in the audience that she invited to the event, 27. And I asked Sarah, how many years of network marketing experience did she have? Because she must have had years of it. And I was blown away when she told me 2 weeks. 2 weeks. She had 2 weeks of experience. She was in the company for a couple of weeks, loved what she saw, and simply shared her results. Time and time again, we hear from so many people out there that this has been the easiest project, company, opportunity to share with somebody because the results are real. And like John did an amazing job talking about that Bear Capital as a customer, you truly can leverage the success of what Waskar and Edwin have put together in the automated trading services without sharing it with anyone. And when you experience those results, you're just compelled. There's an inside compelling feeling where you have to share it with people. And so let's drive all the traffic to these events so they can meet our wonderful staff, leaders from around the world, testimonials. And guys, I truly believe what we've heard and seen today is next level stuff.
Thanks very much for that. Listen, before we say goodnight, if there are any guests that are still here, I just want to hammer one point home for you, especially for you, because that's why we've all gone to the trouble of joining this platform and making sure that you're aware of it and then putting these presentations on. Richard, if you can just unmute yourself for a second. Richard started with a $300 contract, $300. I want you to let all the guests in the room know right now what contract size that you're using. And I want you to tell them, before you let them know what contract size you're on, I want you to tell them how many times you've left your home to speak with someone in person.
That's the amazing thing about this business, guys, is I have built a team working with some fantastic leaders of 3,400 people, and I have literally not had one meeting face to face. I've done everything online. I've used Zoom calls like this just to share. And that's why this business is a business of the moment. It really is incredible. And I started off with $300, and after 8 months, I've just upgraded to the 100K contract. Quite a change. So all I started with, guys, was $300. I haven't put a penny more into the business.
So with that, let's all say thank you, everyone, for taking the time to be here. We certainly appreciate you. And we're here to make sure that we field your questions to help you decide how you're going to get involved. Do me one favor, if you're here as a guest, let the person know that asked you to come to this presentation, whether you're going to be a customer, whether that's more appropriate for you, or whether you are going to be quite happy to share this with others, and this will help them best prepare you moving forward. So with that, thanks everyone for being here. We look forward to seeing you again on Friday.
See you guys.